So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
These two.
Check 24, check 24.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
230.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
6 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Steelers a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
First carry for James Conner. That good for 19 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go now. Blue 30.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
Blue 30.
Go, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Patriot. Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Keenum on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Keenum finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jarius Wright as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And they will line up now for the two-point try.
Hurry up, here we go.
Again, Keenum. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week. Now a hit and a loose football. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81. Set. Like 20. Single.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Play action. Now Keenum. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Here's Keenum to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Detroit!
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Here we go now. Detroit. Over. Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
They'll run for it. Cook. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 2 yards on that play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
He's checking.
shift together here from the D-line.
Over, over!
Watch Mike! Watch Mike! Outside!
Watch it now,
No,
let's go!
no.
Check, Patriot! Watch it now, Barney! Gun! No, check, Patriot!
Let's stop!
On 1st and 10, Keenum. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
All right, now look at 56.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Detroit! Here we go. Detroit! Back 99. Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go. Over!
Now Keenum. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran, James Harrison. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now let's go. Green.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Again, it's Bell. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Hey, alert. These two. Hurry up, let's go. Yeah, baby. Woo! No space. Check 13.
Now Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Gun! Here we go! Leopard! Detroit!
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, with that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Over! Here we go now! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Back 99, Philly! Here we go!
A toss to Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Forbath out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. Martavis Bryant. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 82 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watch him now, Barney! Here we go! All right, now, lucky 56!
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Yeah, another Another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Left side, Cook. And he's got some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now a run with Cook. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Flushed out right. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On third down, it's Cook. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Sutton now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
All right, here we go.
After the penalty, it's Bell. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right. Set. Blue 30.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Black 20. 2.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. Set. Look at that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Blue 30. Hey, alert. Run and run it. Here we go. Black 80. Keep these two.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. James has got it. Complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackle.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They start the drive with Cook. Got some room at the 30, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here we go now.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Room here to run. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, it's Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Tight left.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now.
We got 3.
Over.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They pitch it out to Cook. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Two times.
All right, here we go. Over. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Switch.
They'll try the right side with Murray. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Watch it now, Barney.
They run the counter with Cook. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Tight end right.
Leopard. Over. Set. All right, now, lucky 56. Leopard. Over.
Again, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Now let's go.
Keenum. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. Here's Roethlisberger. Complete to Bryant. Martavis Bryant. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So they're going to go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball